So check this out. I'm going to put this in the video um about the whole situation, and this is a perfect thing. I'm just doing a lot of important stuff, going through paperwork and whatnot, doing some Legendary Grand Entertainment business stuff. And then I have this playing in the background and I listen to it and I'm like, this is perfect for the video. So check this out. And my PC just reset. Oh my. The video is called YouTube's Worst Inclusive Creator. So let's check out this clip right quick.
Actually, do you not think this guy knows that not every single person on planet Earth is going to find him attractive? I don't think there's a single person on this planet that thinks everybody's attracted to them. But are you seriously suggesting that just because not everybody is going to find this young man attractive that he shouldn't post a thirst trap? I mean, listen, I'm not pro thirst trap. I think you should not be thirst trapping anywhere, guy or girl. It's cringe. It shows that you're desperate, and it's a low attempt to try to get somebody to like you. But you have to be anti-thirst trap for the reasons that I just listed. You can't be anti-thirst trap because, hey, some people are gonna think you're ugly. Yeah, obviously.
I'm not gonna like.
So yeah, this video is very good, by the way. I recommend this guy's channel. He's actually kind of funny. I was like, I'm gonna wait. If he makes me laugh 3 times, I'm gonna subscribe. So I ended up subscribing. Just a random video on my recommended. Good video if you want to watch it. But me and him pretty much agree on the same exact thing, and that's exactly how it should be. Completely agree with what he just said. Back to the video, though. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. This one's going to be about a situation. Actually, I'll just save that for a little bit later on. I hope you guys are doing good and great and everything in between. And this is the beginning. But I do want to quickly say while we're starting, if you need to call any of these numbers anywhere on there, I'm going to let this play for a little bit, but if you want to pause the video, you can too. But what we're about to get into, I'm going to use this for a couple of videos. The ethos, pathos, logos, and kairos. I think I've heard of this in school or whatever, and I just thought of it one day, and I looked up what it actually is, and this picture came up, and it kind of is a very interesting, thought-provoking thing. I really like this, so I'm going to use this for this situation in this video, so let's talk about this. We're going to come back to it after the entire video, and I'll give my thoughts on that, and we'll go from there. But ethos, does it connect with our purpose? I mean, honestly, Mommy/Misha, I mean, she could have. I mean, I could have started a family with her. That's a whole different thing right there. Wow, this is a really interesting way to start off the video. But I mean, like, this is just the answer to this question here. Now, and start the next generation with this person. That's another thing. But going forward with this picture, I mean, there's a good chance. I mean, she likes music, I like music, etc. We have similarities. We play like the same games. There are reasons that it would be nice to have, but the thing is, she didn't choose to go forward with it, it looks like. So when it comes down to it, and does it make this video have a purpose? Well, the answer you could say could be no. And to that, I'm going to say I disagree. No, I do actually agree. But the thing is, you never know what could happen. Every day is a new day. Things could change. So that is what I'm going to say for this. That is not an excuse. I'm saying to make this video anyways. Although I am going to make this video anyways, even if it doesn't connect with the ethos frickin' thingy. Now, pathos. Does it connect with our emotions? It really depends. It kind of really depends on what I just said. If things change, then yes, it connects with my emotions personally and whatnot. Now, if nothing changes and I don't talk to Mommy/Misha ever again, then no, absolutely not. Because, a lot of people cannot control their emotions, and there's a lot of things that people struggle with, and, that's why I'm here for. And that's what I'm here for, too, is because, I'm the homie. I'm everyone's best friend. So, if you need to talk to me, you can at any time, text me or whatever. And, it's just something I'm going to say as many times as possible so everyone knows, because a lot of people see me as the bad guy in every situation imaginable for whatever reason, and that is just simply just not what I will ever be in any situation. And like the next frickin' thing says, logos, they don't even provide evidence or proof that I am a bad person at all. Let alone, especially, even more than showing proof and evidence, especially for any of it being well reasoned in any case, because it's just anyway. Moving on with pathos for now. Logos. Is it well reasoned and evidence based? Well, I definitely got some evidence here. I got some proof, and I got like a bombshell, and then like maybe half a bombshell. So you guys will be seeing that very soon here. I don't want to take up too much of the intro doing this whole thing. It's pretty much done after this anyway, but I just wanted to put this in the intro because I think it's a good way to just kind of like expand the mind and kind of brainstorm and whatnot. And, you know, you guys could be doing it too and discussing down in the comments and, you know, discussing with each other. It could be more than one person watching, and, you know, it's pretty cool. Now, well reasoned. Is there a point to making this video? Is there a point of showing the evidence? Is there a point of even taking any type of energy towards this situation, taking any type of time, and a lot of other stuff? And I mean, like, let's be completely realistic, all right? I'm gonna be completely 100% with you guys. If you ask me, okay, I'm just gonna say it because that's what this video is for. I would love for the situation to change, possibly back to where it could be, but it's not how life goes. Because I don't know how they feel. I don't know how she feels. I don't know how all that's going on. So I can't, like, just be like, freaking control it and make it go the way I want. No, life isn't for my choosing. Life isn't for anybody's choosing. It's just, it goes on how it was always intended to go. And that's just life, straight up. And I don't mind how anything goes in terms of this situation, and really anything else and everything else. It's just, you know, adapting to what you're doing, and that's one big thing that I do too. But you gotta understand, like, life will do everything. Some people say the analogy of life kicking you in the balls, and if it was in the hoo-ha and the hoo-hee, that would probably hurt, and yours too. I mean, that's just what my grandma says, but anyway. I don't think that's what one of them were called. But, like, basically what I'm saying is if you got kicked in the penis or vagina, that would really hurt. You get the point. So, when it comes down to it, I think this would be good exposure and to let people know, you know, how this person is acting right now. And it really sucks, you know, that I just feel like I gotta be the person to make the video, and I feel like making this video because of how I got treated. And it's not even like, oh, I simped and I didn't get what I wanted. No, it's not that at all. Or gooned. That's probably going to get freaking banned on YouTube anytime soon. But, I mean, let's just be real. Like I said, there was an actual bond and deep connection with this person. So, you know, it's a completely different situation. If you aren't mommy/Misha, then you cannot have an opinion on a situation you have no knowledge about, which no one does except me and mommy/Misha, because I mean, I have the evidence here. No one's going to be able to pull up any type of evidence at all unless it was me or her. Lastly, Kairos. Is it the right time and place? This is another one that kind of goes with the last three. Well, the first two, ethos and pathos. And the thing is, I mean, to me, it is of how, like, I've organized everything and how I planned out everything. It just seemed like right to get this video out of the way and done, for one. And I think getting this video done as soon as possible will save other people from, you know, that type of stuff. And I mean, like, the thirst trap type of stuff. And we'll get into that later. That's connected to the bombshell that you guys will see eventually soon. And I promise there's not much less that I have to explain before the video starts. So don't even worry about that, my boy or girl. And it kind of also goes to what I said earlier, and kind of connects with that of me saying, is there a purpose for the video, like ethos? And like me having optionally have to do this video, because it's not like millions of people are gonna see it. It's not like I'm gonna freaking get a lot of people to see this video that know mommy/Misha. It just so happens to happen if that's, you know, what's going on. But I feel like this is, when it goes back to ethos a little bit and Kairos at the same time, I think this video will do something, and that's kind of my goal. Not even kind of, that is my goal. And I really hope this video will be more insightful on this situation. You guys can understand where I'm coming from, how this situation is, my story with it, and how I'm going to move on from it, which I've already have, so I don't need to. But it does suck how it went. Let's put together. Drink. Let's get this place. Oh shoot, I didn't even see y'all there. What's good? Welcome back to another video. It is 1:47 a.m. Everything's freaking flipping and flopping. And today I have a very special video for y'all. And it is about a situation that is very brief, so it's not going to be super long, but I felt like it was something to talk about. So here I am, and the video in the background, you can't see. Let me see if I can make it darker. It's not going to work. Sometimes it does. I look like that dude off of, if you have not watched, for some reason I keep thinking of Nick Cage. Luke Cage, that's what it was. That one guy off of Luke Cage. The computer completely blue screened right here, so I'm just going to play the intro.
Make sure to turn down your volume in 3, 2.
Some people think too much of themselves, but with them I forget help. Keep the problems in the closet with the skeleton instead of solving them and they drop it. They making it worse, telling friends and people that don't even know the truth.
First thing I want to say before the intro, well, I mean, I'm just going to say that this part right here, the cat wanted to steal the chair. Say what's up to the camera. Yeah. And so I'm going to be sitting on my tote. My main tote. Well, I have like 5, but it's kind of my main tote. Anyways, I look shorter now. The first thing I want to say is I actually talked about this clip before now because it was something that I was eventually going to make a video on. Well, I mean, I could have or I couldn't have, and I just did it, so I'm actually doing it now. I guess that's how much I care about the situation. And I actually mentioned it before, but the first thing that I want to say, I was going to say it before that, but I don't hate this person. I never will. There's no hard feelings. Feelings debatable. No, I'm kidding. But as far as it goes, like, I don't hate them. I don't, there's no problem or anything bad, even though the title might say that, but, there's nothing bad, like, at all. There's nothing, negative at all besides how I've been screwed over, how I've been manipulated and used in this situation, and how this could affect other people in the future. It's kind of similar to, some other situations, just without the harassment, cyberbullying, bullying, etc., on that type of stuff. But it is similar in some circumstances. Just doing a lot of other stuff, planning out some stuff, and these couple days off I'm getting from work is going to really help a lot, and it already has, because I've gotten a lot done. So it's just a good time right now, and I feel good. I'm enjoying myself, living my best life. But there's situations that come up like these, and let's talk about the problem with Mommy/Misha. Well, she calls herself Misha now, but she used to be called Mommy. Yeah. I almost just started streaming when I was trying to stop recording. Okay, out of nowhere, my computer decided to cut off, and when I put on sunglasses, or at least this pair, apparently, my eyebrows disappear. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, welcome back to another video. Hope you're having a legendary grand day. I had some technical difficulties with the intro. That's basically what I just said, but yeah, that's 2 ways of saying it. One little more elaboration. But this video is going to be pretty important for the whole world. It's a freaking warning. This is just something everybody needs to know. And if my fan in the background bothers you, sorry about that. It is extremely hot in here. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. And as I've said before in videos previously, I'm not going to make these all the time. At least videos like this. I'm not going to make these all the time because I just don't have every second of the day to spend on it. It might be this video in one of the clips that I bring that up where I'm like saying that. So I don't have all the time in the world. I don't have enough time to talk about every single situation where people screwed me over or whatever related to that. This does not fit me. But anyways, I mean, it fits me, but I mean, like, in the size is what I meant, and it definitely does not. But anyways, moving on. I'm going to be moving from this place, so I just wanted to throw that out there. I would do an LG updates, but I've been working my butt off, you know, doing some job. And of course, you know, I work for Legendary Entertainment mainly, but I work for other people sometimes because I like, you know, helping out other people, and, you know, they got jobs and work going on, business-related things. Love that. If it's business-related, that's when we can talk. If it's not business and money-related, can't have that conversation. So yeah, with that said, I'm doing that job now, so I'm working my butt off every day to, you know, acquire all that stuff there. Moving on from that, though, I think we can get started with this video. So what's good? How's everybody doing? You guys doing good out there? I hope so. So I pretty much moved on from this before it even started. Well, I admit, you know, there was some little bit of tension there, and I don't mean tension in a bad type of thing. And, you know, with that said, of course, I didn't have any bad intentions, as I never do, with a lot of these situations, and so on and so forth. But apparently, it's a back and forth. I don't know if they have bipolar. I don't know what they have and don't have. I don't know what's going on in their life. I don't know everything about them. So I can only say my side of the story and my point of view and perspective on this situation, and gonna show you guys what this situation came to be. I mean, shoot, after the way we were talking in-game, I saw how she talks to other males. And then I kind of just put the pieces together, and I'm like, this is very easy to understand what's going on here, but I'll let it happen a little bit, and I'll see what the situation is. Not like let it happen, but just kind of just let it play out. Go with the flow, and then see how this whole thing goes as time goes on. So I let that happen, and, well, the results were something. Well, give it about a week, and I played with her a couple times, Mommy or Misha. You guys know who I'm talking about. I don't have to say her name, but played with her about probably like 3-4 times total in the span of, like, I think a couple months. I honestly don't know. It really wasn't that much. It was like 2023 when I was living at Pacific Avenue, or as I like to call it, the Pacific House, my dad's house. And when I had, like, basically around the time I had the half black hair and half blonde hair, you know, the mixture there, when I was doing that type of thing. So that's when that happened. And then like a year after, I played with her a couple times. I think about, and I had a entire couple clips, about 2 clips, that I have recorded. One of them was an hour long of us playing. Me, the channel, and Mommy/Misha. Her name was Mommy at the time, but...
The thing is, I mean, guys would be kind of flirtatious toward her, and she would kind of be flirtatious back, and she laughed a lot with multiple guys, besides, you know, freaking all of that stuff, and it was just a weird situation.
This video took a while to make. This is back in 2025, February, but this was recorded months before. So let's go ahead and see what I talk about in this clip. Also, shout out Mommy. That was her name on Call of Duty Modern Warfare III. She's changed it to Misha since then, and I have a video coming out talking about me and Mommy's relationship, or Misha, and friendship for reasons, and you guys will see it when you do. And for those who don't know, that was actually a written script on the phone, like, and it was in this specific excuse me, the notes, and I still have it. And I could actually show you guys the script for this video if you're interested. I'm just gonna do it anyways. Just it changes how I do, like, scripts, and changes how I do stuff. Sometimes there's stuff written, sometimes there's stuff that isn't written. So check this out. All right, check it out. I got this going on. Here's that. Yep, and that's another video down. And this is that thing that I've been talking about for a while now, about using depression as an excuse. Because while some people actually have that as an issue, other people guilt trip people and say that they have that to make them feel bad for them and to make them do whatever they want. Or when they just feel that temporarily, or just that's how they feel at that time, or they just say they have that. The cat stole my chair again, so thanks for that, I guess. Yep. Welcome back, boo. I'm not exactly saying that it's depression. I don't know what it could be besides stuff that she's told me, and it's not like a guaranteed specific thing. I'm just saying that as an example in case that could be, and none of what I'm saying is negative. And I know some people might misconceive what I'm saying is, but all you would have to do is just do research to understand that that is not what it is. But the thing is, it can be diagnosed, and it's a severe thing that can't really be joked about. And if you're using that as an excuse to not try, and if you're using that and holding yourself back, then you gotta, like, maybe talk to a therapist, maybe you gotta talk to someone. I'm always available. Okay, well, I take that back. I'm not always available, but I try to be available for as many people as possible, and I'll talk to anybody. And obviously, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it really quickly again, and summarize it. I might not work for everybody. I might not have the things you want to hear, or have a solution for you. I'm just one person. There's a lot more doctors and therapists and etc. in the world, and I would absolutely recommend one-for-one therapy. And I would definitely do it in person before online, because I've heard online sometimes can't be very trustworty, but that's up for you to decide, and just try as many as you can. Don't give up. Yeah. Dr. Homie Zach 17. And yeah, life is short, but if you can get that one thing that's holding you back, or that one thing that's making you feel, if it's not happiness, and if that's how you feel, then having that, and to feel happiness and feel joyful and to feel that, would be just like the number one thing. Like, that's what everybody should feel, and to enjoy themselves and enjoy life, because we only live once, and we should be living our best life. And that's how I feel about it, and you can talk to me about it. I'll try my best to help you, even harder than that, and so on and so forth. But you can make that decision. I probably wouldn't go to me as the first option. There's people that are trained in that and that have been doing it for years. Although, I have done it for a very long time. I, again, am just one person. I don't have anything prescribed. No PhDs or anything except in Legendary Grand Entertainment. Dr. Chef Homie Zach 710. AKA the Homie Zach 710, also known as the Mr. Please Tease and Squeezer, or Sexual Chocolate Vanilla, AKA Dr. Chef Homie Zach 710, AKA the BWSG, the Best West Something God. Can't say what that word actually is, so I said something, and somehow it has S in there as the beginning, so that's fun, and big power. Because this person is depressed, and they tell the other person, and then boom, now they feel bad. And now they will send the money, maybe. I don't know, because she's a thirst trap. That explains absolutely everything that there is to know. Because it's something that I saw and kind of realized and knew. I just didn't, have, it guaranteed, because I wasn't, getting information and doing the research. I wasn't trying to do all that because I chose not to. I also didn't have the time. And lastly, I just didn't expect one of my friends to do this to me. So it does suck, of how far, I don't know. It really sucks, because I knew this person for years, and then it goes like this. And it's like a lot of situations, funny enough, unfortunately too, enough, where I would get a friend and either know them for a long time or not, but they would be like friends or whatever, and they would be like that, and overall that just makes them an acquaintance, and that's where Mommy Misha is, and always has been, because if we were friends, this wouldn't have turned out this way. So that's an acquaintance, and I never considered them a friend, because they obviously done this, and I can't consider someone a friend when they just not showing that they are a friend. And like it is for everybody else that wants to have drama with me for no reason, and I'm not saying exactly this situation as drama, I'm just saying as things related to that matter. I don't feel any animosity at all, or anything. I just felt betrayed, kind of confused that I was blindsided, and the fact that I was just, straight up just disrespected. And for what reason? Like, what is there to gain out of doing that? And that is the question I have for pretty much all of those situations, because I don't see a reason where it would be anywhere around valuable. I don't see it being a valuable thing to do. No benefits you would get out of it, no purpose for the whole thing, and there's no meaning. And if you can't see me for like the homie that I am, then that's your problem for sure, because a lot of people don't really realize, like, and I don't see why she didn't really see that as someone I met in life. It sucks that they didn't see, how important the situation was and how like good it was, and talking to them about stuff, and I don't know, it just, to me, is just completely confusing, and just the fact that they just stopped talking to me overall, and just it grosses me out. It just, I don't know how you're not ashamed of yourself by just putting yourself out there like that, and just like, the OnlyFans thing. I don't even know if she has one per se, but just that whole thing in general, where females would they just kind of like, I don't know, they put themselves out there too much, just want too many guys at once, and it's just, I don't know, it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's healthy for your body, whatever you let in, and just all that stuff, all that stuff, and yeah. It's probably confusing. If not confusing, then you guys probably think, oh, I won't make up my mind, and it's not necessarily that. It's more of the fact that it's just confusing on how I'd like to feel about it, and it's not even like bipolar. There's no excuse or reason anybody else can think of except myself, and even doctors, they can't, just be like correct all the time. Not everybody's right all the time. Life doesn't always go someone's way just because they said so. It just doesn't work like that, and a lot of people can't really accept that fact. So that's a thing, because on one hand, right, there's the clip that just played where I say, I don't know why she's not ashamed of herself, putting herself out there like that and not understanding what she's doing, because she'll stop talking to me and flirting with me just to flirt with other guys and talk to the other guys. It's like she moves on to another, and so on and so forth. It's like, it's so confusing. It's like the song Jar of Hearts. It's just, it's weird. By Christina Perri, the Jars of Hearts. I want to listen to that song now. Anyway, and let's not forget the fact that she has kids. I think a couple kids with her ex, and she still talks to him. I think for the kids, but she then told me, otherwise I wouldn't have said it in the picture I just mentioned, about how she vented to me about what happened between them and stuff like that, and then goes back to that situation, which I think would be a toxic relationship if it didn't work out, and then going back into it. Sure, second chances, okay, fine, but giving a lot of chances, with how many people there is in the world and how much things are going on, some people probably feel like they have no other place to go, or no other person they can try with, or there's just no other way besides, the toxic relationship or whatever in any situation. And I can understand that, because I've been a person who thought that and did that myself. Obviously things didn't work out, but I can get it. But at the same time, people need to actually try. A lot of people are unproductive and lazy nowadays, and they don't really try as much as they might say they do, or as much as they don't say they do, because that's the thing. they don't really try. They give up very fast. And Hobson and Illmind5 said that very thing. That's one of my favorite things. He said, you pick something up, try it out, put it down 2 minutes later. And it's the same situation as one of my freaking roommates about a freaking pad. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just giving up when there's so much that could be gotten. The potential is always there, and there's so much more you could get out of situations and everything if you actually try. You can't just say, oh, that won't work. No matter what, you don't know unless you try. Shoot, you never know what could happen. I'm 1 subscriber away from that freaking number. That's crazy. I gotta do something for that, and when I hit 710 subscribers, I just don't know what. And I'm most likely gonna forget I even said this or came up with this idea, and none of my freaking fans or commenters are going to comment this to remind me, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I could write it right now down, but I don't really care. Yeah, it's just confusing because why? I mean, if you're gonna do the same thing you were doing with me to other people, why would you stop? And it's not even that. I would love for just one thing, to just know the answer of how she really feels. And obviously it seems like she might act like the feeling's mutual, but it doesn't really show that when you're ghosting me and then you stop talking to me and go from I appreciate it more than you know, I wish there was more people like you nowadays, it's rare what you do, etc., because I gave her flowers and just treated her the way I did. And then with that being said, and then saying that I was overthinking, calm down, and we'll be hanging out all the time when I get to Arizona. And then I did, and we hanged out one time. And then on the other hand, you got me saying that, you know, not gonna lie, I had feelings for her and I liked her. Yeah, I mean, I'll at least admit that. Man, I had to stretch when I woke up and I didn't. So I'm gonna do that as I explain this. So yeah, it's just a weird situation because, like, I want to continue liking her. I still do, and I still will. It's just the one thing that makes it unattractive and kind of like starts to get to like disgusting, gross route and etc. is when you're talking to multiple guys, and it's just like there are rubbers that prevent certain things, and if you don't use them, even if you do use them, it's just I'm not gonna get into that. It's just people can have different opinions on it, but a relationship is monogamy, and 2 people is a full relationship. One person and another person. There's nothing else. There's no open relationship because that defeats the purpose of a relationship. That's exactly what always has been and is reality in life. It doesn't matter how you can try to explain it. The only way that there is any reason to explain that as an excuse to use is if 2 people are consenting and want to do that as an open relationship or whatever other relationships they are, which they shouldn't be and shouldn't exist. I mean, as for the LGBTQ, I feel like it's the same, because not because it shouldn't exist, more as people should be comfortable in their own skin, should feel like how they want to feel, and should be the person they want to be. It's the same thing with the open relationship thing, except not, because LGBTQ, that's more, it makes more sense. But when you're like cheating in a relationship and defeating the whole purpose of it and doing anything but monogamous relationship, that's when it just gets, it's like, why be in a relationship? Just be friends with benefits or something. I don't know. That could be a video on it itself, which it pretty much is in this video. But that's just, I don't know. It's confusing. So I'm just smack dab in the middle of the whole thing. And as that's happening, and it's like I'm slowly going over to be a third wheel, and it's just confusing because, like, wait a minute, she talked to me like that, but also more and more in depth, and it was getting intense in them chats. But anyway, I got to a point where I'm thinking about it now, and she didn't salsa. She didn't like try to prevent it. She went, not only like didn't try to prevent it, but she went with it. She even like increased the, like, I don't know, the whole thing, and really like played into it. And I kind of get like that is a little bit of what she was going for, and that whole like e-girl thing too, but it only goes so far and only works so far depending on certain things. And again, it's not because I didn't get her is the reason why I'm making this video. You know, I'm not like the dude that did the thing to Pokemon. So, you know, there's situations where people really go out there and go out of their way and everything. And obviously, for people that aren't the most intelligent, this is obviously a different situation from all of those, because this was someone that lived in the same town as me. I've already explained all the reasons why this is a different situation. So if you're thinking like this is negative, toxic manipulation, me being weird, me being some type of way, then you just got it all wrong. You're misinterpreting, misconceiving. Shoot, I wouldn't even watch this video if you can't understand it. Pretty much if you can't understand what I'm saying and what the problem is and what shouldn't have to be a problem and what should instantly be non-existent and not have to be something that a lot more people than just myself are going to deal with in the future with Misha/Mommy. But she's gonna do that so casually and be so comfortable to do that with other guys. That was when I knew. The first time I played with her, because we just talked before that, but the first time I played, figured out we played the same game, etc. We got on the same day. First thing that happened, actually, not too long after, someone joined, and yeah. And it's fine to be playful, like with, like, shoot, it's like even going at work or at school. It's fine to be playful with people, but when you overly do it, or when it gets to a certain point, a line kind of gets crossed to the point where it's not really a line gets crossed, it's more as the freaking cat is gone and I didn't even get back in my chair. I gotta use the restroom. But, I mean, like, she got, like, very much into, like, our chats. We, like, got a connection. We started talking, like, a lot and in detail and stuff. And then she goes ahead and just casually goes to, like, the freaking first couple levels of what we've already done, what we talked about months and months ago. And, shoot, years ago. And it's just... It's super confusing, and it was 2023. I do want to add a correction, because in this video I probably say that it's 2024, and that's how far the pictures go back, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned that the whole Snapchat thing and everything. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is it was around the same time where I had the half and half hair, and I know for a fact I was talking to her at that time. So yeah, anyhow, I mean, how would you feel if you were in my shoes? Just put yourself in my shoes for a second. When you have this like thing going on with someone and then that happens, then you figure out the whole picture, and then it just like it's there. But you know, I had so much other things going on until Catastrophe said what she said. I really was just like that's when I was like, dang, I just got blindsided. I freaking, like, the whole time I didn't even really realize it, and it just like came to me, and I'm like, that is very true. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, this needs a video. And then I made this video. I just definitely didn't want to be around that, so I stopped playing with them. I left the channel. I mean, I added a couple of them because, you know, they were chill people. Although I just felt like the best decision of what I wanted to do, what that was, is to just remove Mommy/Misha, because, I mean, yeah, I could still play with them, and yeah, I could still play with that channel, and, you know, I could still play with Mommy/Misha, but, I mean, it's just kind of weird that that whole thing happened the way it did, and I'd be down to play with them still and go back to doing that, but Mommy/Misha will not respond to me at all. But there is someone who is like the other main e-girl, I guess, her named Catastrophe. Now, I'm not trying to like drag anybody into this or anything. It's not that serious or deep to anybody. It's just a quick video I'm making. There's no need to get emotional or make drama or beef out of this whole thing or whatever things people be thinking of. I'm just making a video, a quick one, to talk about a situation, and I didn't have to leave, but I did, and I already have enough going on. So like, if I'm going to be like having a chill like relationship with a person and friendship and bond, and then I start playing with them, and then it just all goes away. Like all that chill vibe, all that like likeness just kind of decreases a lot because they're talking to other dudes essentially in the same way. And I mean, that's one thing in itself. It's besides the fact that the dudes are really like pushing it a little bit in terms of like really trying to flirt with her and whatnot, and it just was a little weird. But that was whatever. I could have definitely easily came back to go do that again, and I'd be down. But it would definitely not be the same as it originally was. And it's not like I really liked freaking Mommy/Misha or whatever. I mean, we've had the talks and stuff like that, but as far as it goes, like, I don't fall in love like that, fam. Like, I don't easily get attracted to people. It's I guess maybe a common misconception people have. Contrary to popular belief, you could say.
Okay, time to go to TikTok. Let's see if there's anything crazy happening right now. So for those who don't know, this is Catastrophe. If you can't see it, there it is there. So she changed up a lot of her content. She used to do gaming all the time, but now it's just one video. It's pinned and it has 100,000 views, because I know a lot of people are going to start going mental over that. Going cuckoo crazy. And not for Cocoa Puffs, and that's the problem. So obviously an attractive woman.
That's a 10.
If I go to messages here, I'm gonna block out the messages here because that's not your business. No, I'm kidding. So that video disappeared. So I said, was really cool playing with you, but did you delete all your videos with me? She then said, I deleted a lot. It's nothing personal, but just a rebranding. And I was like, okay, I see.
You see, I want to agree with the fact that it's a rebranding until the pinned video is gaming, and before that she uploaded gaming, and there's one video of gaming. I mean, like, I guess there's like food reviews, which I have yet to do some. I have some like Japanese food here to try later on, but as far as that goes, I'm just kind of confused. I don't know. I don't think she watches my content, so I don't think that's any connection at all. But also at the same time, how is it a rebrand if you just remove the videos and of gaming, and then you upload gaming again? Which, by the way, I would have loved to have that clip that I was in, because it was hilarious, and not just that, it was a collaboration, and it was hilarious, and it was just a good time, and I really liked that clip, but then it just gets deleted because of a rebrand, even though they're still gaming, so I don't know what's going on. You know, it's 4:20 a.m., so, freaking, I don't know. Of course I gotcha. I don't hear from Mommy/Misha anymore. She ghosted me. LOL. I still play COD just alone. I see when you're online sometimes.
And then this is the message that really just made me be like, okay, so this is what it all comes down to. And if you can't see it,
Mommy became a thirst trap that I did not want to be a part of. If I'm on, just invite me, and she probably meant I'll hop in the lobby. So boom. I then said, well, I knew her. Oh, wait. Oh. Well, I knew her IRL before I played with her those times. When I joined her, you were there. Only like one time you wasn't, and yeah. I don't want to be part of that neither, but she was a good friend, I thought. I mean, I met her in the same town because we lived in the same place. I don't know, it just sucks overall. She was cool, but this sucks. This is the way it is. And then she hearted the message when I said, so it wasn't me, just so there's proof. Right there, she's gonna get the notification for that, bro. Anyway, hope you're doing good though, Kat. I'll join sometime when I get internet and online. So, pretty cool conversation. That was back in April, and that's basically one of the things that increased how much I wanted to make this video, because I feel bad. I probably should message her and tell her that I'm going to share that, but at the same time, but what I'm doing, there's no problem with what I'm doing, showing a situation, because really the main thing that it would be doing is preventing it from happening to other people, and just pretty much a forewarning. So yeah, boom, there's the bombshell of the video. That's a text. So yeah, it's a sad reality of what the situation is, what it came to be. It's just completely unnecessary the way it went. But I mean, things can always change. Every day is a new day, and every day is a new day where, you know, anything can happen. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I think the best way to solve everything is an apology and to let me know next time of what the situation is, rather than leading me on, which really isn't even the case here. But I'm just gonna say that for lack of a better term. And I mean, what else is it? And no, I'm not a simp. Alright, let's just get this one thing straight. I wasn't a simp, because obviously we were both consenting in that whole situation. And we both, you know, had similar feelings, so I mean, it only made sense. Now, thing is, she might have had, you know, that same level of feelings for other guys and males, and that's where I wanted to cut that part off while keeping the friendship still there. But like, at that level, the friendship, keep that there. But anything more than that, that's gotta go. That's you know, I'm going left, even though in the camera I'm going left, but in real life I'm going right. But for the camera's sake, that doesn't make sense. Camera wise, that is a swipe left when it's going like that, my guy. That is just real. Anyhow, weird situation. That's what I'll say before I finish this video. And again, I'm not trying to get Catastrophe and Mommy/Misha to fight or anything. I mean, it's good that for your own goals and for your future and all of that, you want to make sure that you have the right people around you. If it's not even that, well, if you don't want that around you, then it's good to remove yourself from that situation. That's what I did, and Catastrophe was like, well, she's a thirst trap, I'm outie. So she said she didn't want to be involved in any of that. So I assume she's out of the channel or just doesn't play with Mommy/Misha anymore. Maybe they could be still friends and talking, but they probably just don't play games. But the way she said it seemed like there's even a chance that they stopped talking. So I don't know. Maybe something happened with other people, and it's not just me that she's done that to. But the difference is I kind of met her in real life. A lot of those gamers are just kind of being weird on the internet. Whereas we pretty much live in the same town, and I knew her for a couple years, if not 2 full years, at least over a year, at least. And if not even that, which it is around a year plus, there's also the fact that I saw her in real life. So, and you know, in real life it was also like good and intimate, but like, yeah, you know, and that's kind of the thing and kind of my point. No matter how far she goes with someone, as myself, and we talked before we met in real life, obviously, but like, as far as she went with me, she's gonna start like being flirtatious towards other guys. So that's what made me uncomfortable. And then I was like, there's a chance that that's a thirst trap. I didn't know what it was until Catastrophe said it, and then I was like, not only I understood what it, I started to understand what it was. I was like, that's what it is, and that is also true. Although it is way better than making an entire video because I complimented you. That would be pretty sad if someone did that. And also, not just for that, but if I didn't subscribe to your OnlyFans, that if someone did that, that would just be like, wow. Good thing that never happened. Wait.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
This picture is Colonel Jack, but to show a little bit of proof that I was talking to her, I could, but I'll just show a little bit to show you that this is proof. There's
like a lot more than just this. This is just a quick compilation of videos, pictures, just to show a little bit of proof that I was actually talking to Mommy/Misha. So, do with this what you will. I'm not going to show everything. This is just some, just to show you that she was on.
I have no freaking clue or idea why it stopped recording, but yeah, check this out. This is what she said before I went to Arizona. She said that we're going to hang out all the time, and we hanged out one time. So do with that information what you will. And then as soon as I got there, a month after, I posted this. One time out of the entire month, I went there. Now, the original photo is like directly before I went to Arizona. I believe I was in California at the time, and if not, well, that's interesting because I remember going there a little bit after, but I could be wrong. The point is, I was there for over a month, at least a month and a week, if not 2 weeks. And I've asked her, I was like, yo, we gonna chill? And then I guess things changed up. So pretty much I've been screwed over here pretty badly is what the point I'm trying to make. If it's not obvious enough, at this point in the video it should have been like way more crystal clear and obvious, but if it's not, well, I don't know about that. I'm thinking. But right before going to Arizona, this happened. Now I don't know when this text was. I'm going to look at it right now. I assume it was like September of 2024, which kind of would be accurate, at least around that time, because I don't think we stopped talking. It just like, I don't know, stuff happened, and then like once I got to Arizona, we started talking again. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't even freaking know. Like, anyways, yep, I've already talked about this clip, so you can just read it. Oh yeah.
But before I went to Arizona, there was one point where we almost stopped talking.
That's when I made this picture. She wanted more than one guy and couldn't admit it, but I know when I know. And it's weird because it's like a diary or something in one way, like making these, like the content and not even really just venting, but like that could be one of the things, but also just like documenting these things. And it's just interesting. I don't know why people don't like my channel or any of the stuff that I do when I have people that don't. I mean, I know it's obviously they're mentally like not right in the head and etc., but there's just it's so good. Like there's some content that cannot match this. Quote, I don't know why females do that to themselves. And then they go through a cycle when something toxic or negative happens, and then they go to another male or someone like me to vent, then they go right back into what was a big problem that affected them. So assuming what I just said there probably meant that they're talking to their ex again with that situation, and that's the biggest red flag right there. But not just that, but that means before I even went back to Arizona, she started talking to her ex, and that most likely was the situation that led to something else, unless she's talking to someone also, because she's still, you know, being a thirst trap from what Catastrophe said after that whole thing. So it's just after the whole, like, when she said that she was a thirst trap, she doesn't want to be a part of it. So, and they were like homies. Like when I played the game with them in Call of Duty Modern Warfare III, they were like the only like 2 females in the entire group, and they freaking it was just it was a cool group and everything. And I'd seen, heard, and I knew there was some kind of good friendship going on between them, but it's so confusing because she then says that she doesn't want to be a part of that, etc. And I don't know if that's like, you know, they've been talking behind my back, and then they're just like, yo, I'll just let him know that you're not interested or not wanting to talk or something like that. I don't know. It's just, it's so confusing. It's so weird. I want to be done with this video just so I can do other things. And if even her friends are saying that she has turned into a thirst trap, then something has gone wrong with Mommy or Misha. Something has changed with her and what she's doing. And it might be better for her, but worse for people that called her a friend. And now, if it's worth losing friends over, that's not fun at all. It's like 5:30 in the morning now. This is like hours after the last clip. This is 2 hours after the last clip, and when I started recording, it was 1:47 in the morning. Because I've been just doing other stuff too.
That's right. It is not the 18th. Is it 21st? Oh man. Oh man. I gotta get some content going, because time is going. Then comes one of the last nights of 2024. Well, maybe not one of the last nights, but this was like, I don't know, was this October, November? I have no idea. It's one of those. And the first thing I did, because I was like, yo, I want you to buy this for me. And luckily, Sunbeam82 did that, so thank you for that. And it's because, like, stuff was tight. I was trying to get things to work. So I couldn't get it, but I know someone who could, so I asked them to get it. They got it, and I got flowers. I knew the first thing, because of how we were talking, like I said, we got into it, and we really were talking. Does that make me the fool? Does that make me the idiot? And does that make me the one who's wrong because I bought them flowers? That could be your opinion, but I mean, it only was 2 people that were in the situation, so that's just for that. They come over, and the first thing I do is I give them the flowers. She looked happy. She looked like it was cool. She liked it. We sat, we watched the movie. It was good. She smelled good. And it was chill. We watched the movie, and then we started watching the show. I don't remember what it was called, but, and then, yeah. And after that, she left, took the flowers, almost left them. And freaking Sunbeam82 was like, yo, freaking, you almost left these flowers. She was like, oh, okay. Pretty sure she was going to do that on purpose at this point. Now I see why she was going to leave the flowers. What, cat? Just come on. You can pause the video on these parts where it's like the pictures, because I take these like right after the event happens. It's kind of funny and kind of like good for content, honestly. I would watch this if I was a viewer. I'm gonna change my clothes at least a few times during this video, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. Like 3 or 4. Anyways, I got the homie Rap Critic in the background. Say what's up, Rap Critic. He's shy right now. Anyway, and here's the thing. I'm not, like, being demanding that she has to text me or has to come back to me and I'm being controlling. You know, it's nothing like that at all. All I'm doing right there is comparing the situation of how it was to how it is now, and how it became slowly, as time went on, that situation. It's kind of obvious, but if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's the picture about the flowers.
Also, my point besides that is, which one is it? Is she talking to me only, or mostly talking to me, but like playful with other guys? Kind of like, you know, some chick I had back then named Felicia, Curly Top 300 or something. She commented on one of my haters' videos about trying to expose me. It was kind of funny, but anyway. I didn't even ask her to do that, but anyway. She was in the same situation. She did the same exact thing. Now, with that said, the reason why I question it and talk about it the way I do is because I'm confused, because which one is it? Is she talking to multiple guys and me, or the other option that I just said? Or what is going on? You know, and it made me confused and question what was happening, so of course, you know, I'm going to say it the way I say it. But it doesn't mean that I'm being controlling, although, I mean, when it comes to a certain point, it seems where, like, I have a chance to be controlling because of how the situation is. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to choose that. What I'm going to do is give her to someone that maybe she wants to be controlled by. Maybe that's what she wanted, is to be controlled. Maybe there's certain things, but without communication and without saying certain things, we're never going to get, like, anywhere. We're never going to figure out what we like, what we don't like, etc. if we never talk. But if we talk some, and then we start talking like that, and then you just talk like that to every other guy when I start playing, you know, Call of Duty with you, is like confusing. And a lot of people might see this video as like, oh, you care that much, or you are simp, and so on and so forth, and that's just not the case at all. Yeah, I spent an hour talking about this whole situation, but it was just something that I wanted to talk about and make a video on and just do it on, and that's what I've said multiple times in this video. It's so simple. There's no way that anybody can critique this video or think negatively of this video with everything in it, because there's just no way of thinking that. That's just impossible and completely incorrect and invalid. So I've been digging for a good, like, I don't know, hour, less than an hour, around there, just looking through files and files of pictures and whatnot to see really when things have started. and it seems that it was 2024, but that's kind of the issue. That's when we were talking then. We were talking before then, and I had previously had another Snapchat, and then I just freaking couldn't log into it or whatever. Stuff happened, and I had to make a new Snapchat, and basically the old Snapchat I had Mommy/Misha on, and the new Snapchat. So all that and all those things are pretty much gone, essentially. While as my other social media that I talked to her on is also gone. But as far back as it goes back to 2024. But I very much feel like, and I remember myself, that it goes back to 2023. If I was able to find the text, I would. But still, that's at least over a year that we've known each other, and that's probably a lot longer than some people with her. That's just for the situation, though.
And I get it, you know, the work life, whatever, whatnot. I have that same thing happening too. But it doesn't mean I can't spend a couple seconds to respond to someone that I apparently like and send them pictures every single day. And I'm speaking from her perspective and her shoes. And I don't know, like, how it is, you know, what's going on in her life or, you know, behind the camera or whatnot, besides, you know, a couple of situations, one situation that, well, I think it's just something that I'll bring up later, or I've already talked about, and that's her talking to her ex. Now, her ex, though, she was with and had a couple kids with them. So, you know, there's always going to be a situation like that where it's going to get kind of, you know, rocky. Now, when situations go like that, there are times and the chance that they could go back to their ex, the person they had kids with, even if they get treated better or whatever, and some people will say, like, it's love or whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's been through different experiences. A lot of people don't understand everything happening to people that are not themselves. Like, if stuff happened to person A and person B didn't know about that, so they judge them, or they have their opinion on it, and either they're completely wrong, or, you know, didn't inform themselves about it, or just didn't know about a lot of that stuff. And not everybody is like the smartest person in the world. We don't have Albert Einstein's, Stephen Hawking's, frickin' billionaires walking the planet Earth with, you know, billions of people, and soon it's going to be trillions. But let's be completely real. Life is just the way it is. It is what it is. But, I mean, judging from that picture, what I did for her, I mean, that was kind of cool. I've never bought a female flower since 2018, and it was for this girl named Trishelle. And, it was a chocolate flower. Mind you, it wasn't real flowers, so technically this is the first actual bouquet of flowers that I bought for a female. Well, the first time I tried to bring over the flower and the Valentine's Day stuff. Giant teddy bear, by the way. It was raining, so I didn't walk to her house. And I was thinking about doing it anyway, but that would have ruined the giant teddy bear. And I could have went the day after. It was just a weird time. Matter of fact, I have texted them recently. Let's see if they responded. Probably didn't. Okay, so they did not respond. I actually texted Mommy/Misha, and unsurprisingly, they did not respond either, so...
And you want to know the very last thing she said to me in our last conversation? Roll the clip. And then she says that I'm immature, and that's why she doesn't want to be with me, quote unquote. The last thing she told me is that I'm too immature for her. What, because I didn't make moves? Because I'm not weird like that? Because I didn't do anything instantly right away? That just seems kind of, I don't know. I mean, if modesty mattered, there's just so much stuff that didn't go said. Like, it went unsaid. There's a lot of stuff that went unsaid. Like, put it this way, for example. If she wanted stuff to happen on the first night, keep in mind, alright, I just brought this up. She has 2 kids with someone already, with her ex. She's talking to all those dudes. And that was before she came over, and we played, like, Call of Duty, whatever. And then on the first night that she comes through, she expects us to do some kind of, like, intimate stuff. And she has kids. Like, does that not sound like, I don't know, what just explain to me if that, what that sounds like to you. Like, I would love to know your guys' opinion on that part, because in my eyes. And it's funny because previously I was talking to someone on social media on the phone, and they told me that one of the issues with dating and relationships right now, honestly, in my opinion, is everything. And loyalty is the very number one thing. But the other thing that we were talking about, an issue, was she said that communication is a big part that is kind of difficult, or at least difficult for some people. Not her, but for the other person she was talking to, and that is very true. And one of the things though is a lot more people are becoming autistic and Down syndrome and etc. And there's different types, and there's different stuff on the spectrum, and even Asperger's is a thing. So we're talking like verbal, nonverbal. In my opinion, I think I'm nonverbal. So it's a lot of things. A lot of parents do a lot of I don't know how much I could say here. Substances and drinking, so it causes birth defects and etc., so on and so forth. So with that said, and not just that, but hereditary things could make the child have certain problems, and some people don't communicate that, and sometimes they don't even try. So I think that's one of the issues that was unnecessary for someone that was older than me, saying that I was immature, but yet I've been doing the most communicating the entire time. Not only that, I was supporting her, hearing her out during her venting, and hearing what was going wrong, and helping her during that. But apparently helping someone go through that stuff isn't not only good for a friendship, not only good for a relationship, it's also immature to support someone. So I don't know if it's one of those type of toxic relationships where the people like to be, again, I don't know how much I could say here on YouTube, but they I don't know. How do I say this? It's where yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's they like physical stuff. Yeah. Which, like, smacking the booty, like, that's fine and all. That's cool with me. But, like, anything more than that, it's like, okay, we need to communicate, have a conversation. You feel what I'm saying? We need to speak. But before that, I'm gonna have the sandwich. And her issue was loyalty and communication. While as, okay, if there's times where I might not communicate fully by accident, and that's my mistake, okay, whatever, but mostly I am communicating. And not just that, everybody's different. Everybody has different preferences, views, everybody acts different, and that's the thing. If two people can mesh together and work things out, even with their problems, flaws, whatever you want to call it or whatnot, there's ways to work things out. Sometimes there's things that aren't really even flaws or problems, and it just works very, very well, being in a friendship relationship, whatever the case may be there. But in this situation, everything was fine and went really, really well for what it was. But I think her issue was that she just wanted to talk to more guys, or talk to her ex and more guys, and that's just as clear as day as what it came to sound like, how it feels being in that situation, because it's between two people, so no opinions. And that's how this situation seems, and just etc. Every way you put it, that's just what it seems like in this entire thing, unfortunately, which really sucks to even say that sentence, because I just feel just really bad, because she doesn't understand that monogamy is the best thing of all time. And it's funny because those are the very two things that me and the other person were talking about. Shout out to that person, which they might never ever see this video and probably won't watch to this far, but I'm just saying in general that it's very disrespectful to just say someone's immature because you want to talk to the other guys besides them and they want to be in a monogamous relationship and have a good friendship in general, and knowing that if not a relationship or friendship, but you dropped a relationship and you dropped the friendship that was building over years and so on and so forth, getting into a lot of talking and just dropping it completely because you just want to be with different men. That's, if anything is immature, it's that type of behavior. Very contradictive and unself-aware. I don't know how the audio is really loud right here, but the song's really loud. So what I said was, basically, I'm immature because I have a sense of humor. And with that being said, it's weird for someone that is so immature that you laugh at all my jokes, and you laugh at most of the things I say, and we pretty much laugh at each other and have good chemistry, and everything's great, so where the heck is this negativity coming from? Like I said, I don't know what's going on at home, I don't know what's going on in general, but why is she lashing out on me, the person who's probably been the nicest to her? I mean, she said it herself. It just is completely confusing because of how much I've supported her, and she's still acting like that, and then completely ghosted me, and then just doesn't say anything and becomes a thirst trap. Like, how do you not, like, realize, especially as being on this earth longer than I have, and being, apparently, if she was more mature than I am, or being the mature one, she still doesn't see that at all? The fact that, like, I have not have had any negative impact on her, anything negative. If anything, the complete opposite, and even, like, more positive than pretty much everyone she's been around. It just confuses me. A lot of the time in my situation, she definitely thought I was funny. I mean, then again, it could be something going on in her life. She could be not being able to think about things. There's a big probability chance that she was thinking, and even possibly talking to her ex that she has children with. And usually in that situation, that's when it gets kind of sus, and that's when there's probably going to be a good chance of a red flag. It's very odd that I'll be called immature, but I mean, the sense of humor and the jokes were hitting with her, and everything was fine then. So it just kind of confuses me when everything was fine. She thought it was funny, she liked me, she liked what I said, and like how I acted, etc. But then she's going to basically take all of it back and say that I am immature and she doesn't want to be with me. And we were talking, like, at the stage of, like, being friends, but, like, building some type of, like, relationship maybe. We've gone into, like, certain talks and not very extensive conversations, but we still, like, hinted at it. We even talked about it. Not a lot, but just, you know, a little bit. But, I mean, keep in mind, like I said, or at least earlier in the clip that I'm recording right now, May 5th, I said that she would play with other guys on Call of Duty and be flirtatious with them. And obviously that made me uncomfortable because the conversations that we had, and also the very fact that, like, I mean, why do that again? I mean, like, everybody's different, like I said. Everybody got a different personality, how they act, and how they think, and etc. But I don't know what the angle is here, but it made me really uncomfortable because I thought of, like, okay, so does she want to be with every guy like that? Because if so, I'm outie. Like, I don't even really care about extra double XP, playing with more people, that party, lobby, server, whatever. I'm outie. Because they're going to invite her, and I'm going to be like, oh, shoot, I got to use the restroom. I'll be right back. And then I never come back because I just don't want to be in that, you know, whole frickin' channel is what it's called on Call of Duty MW III, which is this game, but not this game. Not that one and not that one. It's actually the one right here. I just have it all in here because that's just what it was, and I'm actually selling that because I just don't feel like playing it anymore. And overall, it's better if I leave because let's just be completely real, alright? After everything that happened, right, so far, if I were to continue playing and continue playing with Mommy / Misha and those other guys that flirt with her, that are hundreds. If I were to go on that server or channel and play with them and join them, I would be uncomfortable the whole time. It would just be like before. I would just be uncomfortable. It just feels weird. Like there's a weird energy in there. Like someone's like just weird. Like I don't know. Like I feel like if they had the chance, they would do some messed up stuff. And that's the type of thing I got from that. So I just wanted to get out of there. And I mean, then again, she does kind of play like easy to get and not really hard to get at all. I mean, yeah, thirst trap, but at the same time, it's less of a thirst trap in a way, and that's kind of the part that I don't like. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. So with everything that happened so far, let's go back to the Ethos Pathos Logos Kairos. And what is different this time compared to last time? Well, Ethos, like I said before, pretty much the same thing, but as it is right now, connecting with our purpose, that would be a no. I mean, overall, yeah, she put in a little bit of effort, dedication, energy, time, but mostly did not. Okay, let me take that back. Maybe not mostly, but somewhat and mostly did not. Yeah, there's times where she put in more than others, but it wasn't like a lot. It was just some. So, overall, unlike the answer before, but also similar and pretty much almost like the same thing that I said earlier, if it connects with purpose, I would be like, no. Now, Pathos, does it connect with our emotions? Unfortunately, I still have feelings for Misha/Mommy. Don't get me wrong, but that's just because, like, obviously we had a connection and everything. That's not going to go away. So, like I said last time, pretty much yes and no. Because I also, I'm not, like, deeply in love, so it's not really a thing that I have to move on from. It just sucks that this is the way it is. And Logos, I mean, it's completely unreasonable for what she's been doing, and, you know, honestly, all that time that she didn't talk to me, or all that time that she didn't put effort, dedication, like I said earlier about, like, somewhat to mostly not putting in, like, the work into, like, a friendship, bond, connection, relationship, that kind of goes into here. Well, you never know, she could have been talking to other guys at the time. And, you know, with that said, I think that's unreasonable and everything. And it just doesn't seem like it would matter enough to be evidence-based. So moving on to Kairos, is it the right time and place? I think that maybe before she met her ex, I think that would have been perfect for, like, if I met her then, I'm pretty sure those would have been my kids, for one. For two, I mean, right now, making this video, I think it's the best time, and that's why I said earlier. In terms of, like, when me and her met and started talking, it was a fine time, but going into, like, what I just said, probably earlier would have been better. I don't know about later, I can't tell the future or anything, so I can't really say for sure, but a little bit difference in this EP, okay, but kind of the same. I want to end this video off by saying that there's probably going to be a lot of males continuously trying to get at her and whatnot, and I just want to say one sentence, and she might talk to a lot of guys, or, you know, whatever, but the one sentence, the last one I want to say for this video is, I'll be the only one to treat her right and the best. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm very short right now, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a legendary grand day, and I hope the best for Misha going forward and all of her friends, everybody in the channel. Shout out to them that I played with, because I know I have streams with them. I don't know whose channel it is, but on Modern Warfare III, and I look forward to the future. It's sad to move on from this, and it does hurt, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. I ain't gonna trip about it after today.
life is what it is. And what timeline and universe? What do I got to do to get that? No, I'm kidding. It's all good, like I said. That's it for me. It's been your boy, the homie ZXinfinite, and I'm out of here. This shirt's too freaking small for me, bro. How do I do this outro? You have any ideas, Cat? Here, I'll just pet you for the outro. Alright. See you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. And it's been your boy, the homie ZXinfinite. And peace. Thanks for being part of the outro, boo. Actually, you will be the outro. Can't get the camera any closer than that. Could record a video, but I'm just gonna show boo. And yeah, the clothes are on the ground. I'll clean it. That's the outro. Peace, everybody, and I'm out.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Also, it's 6:15 a.m. Dang, I've been awake for a while.